This is crazy. Like, this may be more intense than Hennessy shrimp 3 ways. Yeah, this is such a crazy thing going on here. This is gonna be like no quesadilla you've ever had before. I spent a lot of time in LA, and I spent a lot of time in New York. In New York, I have a lot of Dominican friends. In LA, I have a lot of Mexican friends. My little sick mind came up with the idea to make Dominican quesadillas. I love a chimi, which is basically a special Dominican hamburger. I love pollo guisado, which is chicken stew. I'm making a quesadilla out of those, you know? Merging heritage,
yeah,
you know?
We're gonna combine the Latino-ness.
What are we drinking?
This is Mama Juana. So we have some Dominican roots, some cinnamon, and then basically you have to like ferment these roots with Dominican Brugal rum. You also need some red wine, sweet wine, and then you got some honey. Cheers. But I'm gonna leave now because I don't really cook like that.
I hear you. I hope you eat.
Know.
Well, we're gonna set this off with the sofrito. I have half an onion right here. Definitely need some garlic. You know I need a mug. Now, I never made this before. Once again, this came to me in a dream. But like I said, I got a lot of Mexican friends, I got a lot of Dominican friends, and I'm here bringing the cultures together as one. A little vinegar. Vinegar's good for everything, really. You can even clean the house with vinegar. This recipe calls for about half the cilantro, but you know what I'm about. I like to sit back and look at my creation. Wow. Wow. We could end this segment right now if I wanted to, but we're just getting started. Time to season the chicken. We like to use thigh meat for many reasons. 1, the thigh is the best part of the chicken. 2, the thigh is the best part of the chicken. End of story. We're gonna start out the gate with the sazon. One of the most important seasonings in the history of seasoning. Anything that turns the chicken orange is fire. Don't even question it. You wanna distribute it evenly. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty, you know? Now that the chicken is evenly orange, we're about to brown it. So we're gonna let this heat up for a minute. So we're just gonna brown this quick. Brown it, flash fry it, you know? About 3 minutes, 1.5 minutes on each side. Flip it, then we're gonna add our other ingredients. Lime. Lime is everything. Oh, you thought I was just using 1. We're using 1.5. Now we're gonna drop some of this sofrito in. It's supposed to detach the bottom, but I want you to remember this segment, so I'm gonna stand out right now. That's a healthy ration. Yo, right now I got this whole kitchen smelling like 37th Avenue. Shout out to all my Corona thugs. I see you, you know what time it is. Chipotle and adobo. This isn't in every pollo guisado recipe, but being that this is a Mexican Dominican fusion, whoop! You look at me like that was too much. Nah, it's all right. All right, we'll take 1 out. And this is how you get that beautiful color, that beautiful brown color. Now that we've let this cook for about 15.5 minutes, we need a little more color to it. We're gonna just put some plain peeled whole tomatoes to just even it out. Because right now it might be overwhelming. Like, that's enough? No. I still need mine. Splash! You thought it was over. The splash will never end. When I'm in the building, we're gonna unlimited splashes. As you see, the chicken is falling apart, and that's what we want. We want it soft, you know? You want it softer than the kid on the block who won't stand up for himself. Platanos have magically appeared. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do with these, but I know it's disrespectful to cook anything Dominican without these presents, so we got them in the building. Slice it down the middle. There's more than one way to skin a cat. And we're gonna soak these. Oh, look, it's kryptonite. Woo! That's crazy. Generally, in the middle of cooking, when I stick my little spoon in the pan, pot, whatever, I say, oh man, I need some more lime. Or there's too much salt. Right now, this is perfect. I don't have to do a damn thing but wait. So right now we're gonna get into the chimi segment, cabbage. It's sliced thin. Vinegar. So we're gonna let this soak. You're not really gonna pickle it in a period this brief, but it is just gonna give it a vinegary kick. And now we get to our patty. We want this a little fatty. We want this like a classic home burger. We're not trying to make a chimi fancy. We need that fat. We need that bite. We need that chew. We're gonna put 3 cloves in. Even though we smashed this, we're still gonna cut it up fine because it has to be blended. Pinch of adobo, pinch and a half. One more pinch. Black pepper. You gotta get your hands dirty. You have to put love into it. You have to put love into each patty. We're gonna make these a little flatter, larger than usual. 2019, this is what they would call a plus size model, but it's really a normal size model. Look who reappeared. A couple of the homies were soaking in the lounge, soaking in the salt lounge. And we're gonna dry these, because if we don't dry these, that oil will be a catastrophe. You know, I don't want oil on my little face. I don't want oil on my sweater. I don't want oil dripping off my wrist. Yo, this is crazy. We're gonna let these fry for approximately 12 minutes. Some will be done at 14, some will be done at 9, because I cut them different sizes. The best way to drain hot oil off anything, brown paper bag status. Back in the day, I had a friend, shout out my man Luck. I used to go to his house when I was younger, and his father would make us French fries, and he would put them in a brown paper bag to get the oil off. That's where I learned this technique. As you see, some are lighter than others, some are darker than others, and it makes sense, because this is a Dominican meal, and that's how Dominicans are. I'm going to put half of them on a plate, and the other half we're gonna mash as if we were making a mofongo, but I think I'm just gonna use them to line the inside of the tortilla. Splash! Little adobo. Little more adobo. Like I said, Dominican heritage, we out here. Woo! As you notice, there's not much left. We're not even gonna get into that though. Squeeze a little lime too, and then we mash. This is like a meatless mofongo right here. What's next is I gotta cook these burgers. So we're heating this cast iron skillet up for about 5 minutes. We don't need to add any oil to it, being that we have 80-20. There's more than enough fat in that beef to do what it has to do. As you see, a typical chimi is usually not that round to that large. Since we're making chimi quesadillas, we gotta switch the game up a little something. And while we have this marvelous piece of flesh sizzling, we're gonna finely slice the cheese to apply to the quesadilla. This is that good Mexican cheese from Oaxaca, that good Mexican, you heard? So you're supposed to always be able to shake the burger, make sure it's not stuck. Woo! So this is a quick thing. I'll do about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. All right, we're good. So one of the last steps, I want to make the chimi sauce, which consists primarily of ketchup and mayo. I'm gonna add some pepper to it because there's variations of everything, and this is my version. I'm also gonna add some lime to it because there's variations of everything, and this is my version. The beginning of the equation. We're going to apply a scoop. We're going to apply a second scoop. I'm gonna try to even this out, smooth it out as much as possible. It's okay to go a little overboard with the cheese because why not? We're gonna add some cabbage. It's been soaking in vinegar this whole time. We're gonna add some onion on the top. This is just like an extra coating of tortilla, you know? We're gonna cover this to help melt the cheese. Yo, this is like a once of a lifetime thing. Like nobody else will create this. Nobody else. I mean, there's a lot of time to put into this, you know, like usually a quesadilla is a quick thing. This is like Thanksgiving dinner right here, you know, but it'll be well worth it at the end. We're gonna prep the chicken. We're just gonna make this super cheesy. Okay, this one is almost ready. You see that beautiful complexion? I believe this is ready to be plated. We had the chicken, we're gonna use a wooden spoon because that's how one of my friend's grandmothers would do it, so that's the kind of party this is. Yeah! What's going on?
What's going on?
It's time to eat.
We ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right, cool. I've been waiting. I'm starving. I didn't have no lunch. I think I want that mofongo, that chimi mofongo. Right.
You know what that is.
Bone apple teeth. Let's do it. Wait, that's a chimi sauce?
Yeah. You ready to go in?
We doing it. It's pretty good.
For real? You really give me your approval? Cause
Give me your approval.
you know it's real when she wants to finish it. We're not editing this, we're not photoshopping this, it's real. For the recipes, click the link below.